Warning. The commentary you're about to hear is only about Disney in America and America only. Nowhere else. Also, this is my opinion, so if you don't like it, go somewhere. I'd be messed up if I talk into my limited edition 100th anniversary Mickey Mouse cup while I'm talking about this subject. Would that be dirty? Would that be wrong? What do you think, Mickey? He says it's okay. Hopefully the mouse doesn't sue me for this video. That would suck. Hello, hi, welcome. It's me again. Yes, I was talking to you. My name is Kuro, and this is your cosplay commentary, where I, a cosplayer who is not in cosplay, talk about whatever the hell I want to. And today's video is going to be about epic proportions, epic choices. Epic things are coming along. I have been eeping and tweeping and sleeping on this said subject for a fat minute until recently one of my good old friends, my good old pals, I say one, it was several. It started with one, and then slowly more and more of my Orlando buddies started giving me quick phone calls to tell me about how cooked, and I'll say it again, cooked Disney is right now. I didn't realize how bad it was until today when Epic Universe decided to let all of its influencers go into the park and actually start taking photos and posting their experiences. And I went, damn. This might be a problem. But that's okay because I have a couple thoughts and statements on this. Again, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold Mickey because this is kind of crazy. Like, it looks cute, but I feel like for sound-wise, it's gonna be horrible. I'm gonna turn him away because of the shame that is about to happen in this video. All right, yeah. Back to my glory day girl. Okay, so as I want to say Floridian. I'll still say Floridian. I'm afraid to say it sometimes because God, Florida does embarrass me a lot of times, especially now. But as a born and raised Floridian, there's a lot of things that Florida takes the stand on. You know, takes the real root in. And one of those is Disney. I was definitely, and still am technically definitely, a Disney kid. I've watched Disney all my life. I have way too many VHS tapes. I have seen so many Disney movies, and I genuinely enjoy Disney content. The mouse has me by my balls. But I've been to Disney World several times, and the parks are amazing, fantastic, beautiful, wonderful, outdated. One of the problems that's been kind of raising its little head in Disney World, at least from my experience, I haven't been to Disneyland, but also I've heard stories that she's also crusty and old. But from Disney World is that Disney has not really updated their parks in quite a bit of time. Yes, we got Avatar World. Yes, I do love that. We got Tron. But that's it, really. A lot of Disney's parks, especially in Disney World, has kind of been the events are fun. They're beautiful. There's a lot going on. But honestly, I feel like the magic of Disney has kind of not been updated, or nothing new has been really added since like early 2000s. And that's saying something because I went to the parks not so long ago. And you can tell because It's a Small World is still small worlding it up out there. Terrifying little creatures. That being said, I feel like one of the problems that has happened within Disney is that, I'll be honest, she got lazy. Let's be realistic. The girls at Disney don't really care about our dollars or bags. They don't really care about the experience or the viewing experience. And the reasons why I can tell you they don't care about it is because of this guy right here. So I went to Disney World. I don't know if you can hear that thunder. It's also hilarious how it's storming right now as I'm talking about this chaotic. Damn. I don't know if you can hear that, but that was a loud thunder bang. Before I get distracted. This guy right here. So I went to Disney World 2 separate times during the 50th anniversary for Disney World, the parks, and the 100th anniversary for Disney being existing since existence, honestly. And honestly, this guy and this girl is honestly all I have to show for it. I do love them, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not judging them. I do love those things. That's why I have them. But going to the parks and sitting down and experiencing Disney World for their 50th anniversary, it was kind of lackluster. Yes, they had little bits and pieces and things here and there. The merch was ass. The merch was laughably ass. So much so that there was only one Loungefly bag that there was like, I want to say like about like 10 different iterations for the 50th anniversary Loungefly bags. And there was only one of them that I actually genuinely liked. And you know it was bad because all the other iterations of it were there. They were there for a long time. They're supposed to be limited edition, mind you. They were there. No one bought them. The one that I, of course, liked, the one that I was obsessing over, when I saw someone walking around the parks with it, they immediately sold out. They immediately sold out, and then they never restocked it again, even though it was still within the 50th anniversary when they sold out. And they sold out at like the beginning of the year, which was really terrible, and I was really frustrated. That's just me having American consumerism, and there's nothing I can do about that. But then, because again, I had Disney hookups, the 100th anniversary came out the next year. And then me and my friends went to the 100th anniversary. And the same thing happened. There were no, and maybe this is just Loungefly, but honestly, Loungefly was like the only thing I saw that was genuinely having merch that was very blatantly for the anniversaries. There was no other merch that kind of screamed anniversary. It just more screamed like Disney stuff. But when it came to the 50th and the 100th anniversary, I kind of expected a bit more. Instead, I didn't get that. We got ugly 100th anniversary merch for a majority of the clothing was not cute. The bags gave Squidward from SpongeBob into the future and not in a cute way. And that which comes and brings me on to the next part of this video is why I believe monopolies are bad. I mean, I feel like people don't realize that monopolies take away a lot more from us than just a large corporation being over our heads. And for me personally, I take it personally because, yeah, when you have a monopoly over something, stops the young creative people from trying new things. Nothing has been put out in Disney, like I said, anything new or amazing. And this is from me talking to my friends that worked at the parks. They know what goes on behind the scenes. I won't tell who, but they know what goes on behind the scenes. And they have told me that everything's just outdated. And even the new things, I'm talking to you. I'm so sorry, Tiana. They did you dirty, girl.
Why do they sound like that?
They did you dirty. I was excited for that damn ride, that racist Splash Mountain ride to get turned into Tiana's Bayou, whatever the heck it was called. And then it kept breaking down over and over and over again. And then on top of that, the animatronics. Oh, the animatronics. They're falling apart. They're not doing good. And the thing is, Disney doesn't care because they know you're going to keep giving them your money. And you are. That's just how it is. That's how it always has been. And that's why monopolies have got to go. If you don't know what a monopoly is the exclusive possession or control of the supply of or trade in a commodity or service. And I feel like the thing is, when they have such commodities and or of trades, and they have full supply, there is, I don't want to say less demand, but the demand is a struggle. And I feel like I'm a part of that struggle. And that's not okay. I don't want to be spending my money and my dollars on things that are useless. And that comes to my next point and topic. Or the next thing that has gotten me riled up today. And that is the costumes. Yeah, that's right. You were wondering where cosplay came into this. Oh, cosplay plays into this. I don't know what Disney was thinking or where they were planning on going with this, but the costumes in Disney World are ass. I'm sorry to say it. I have seen them up close, and I know, of course, this is none to the actual characters within the world or within Disney, because they themselves have no control over who gives them their costumes, who gives them their outfits. Those outfits are made behind stage and then given to the Disney princesses, princes, characters, and so on and so forth. Shame on whoever is in costumes that does costumes at Disney. And mind you, obviously, it's not the people that make the costumes. It's up the ladder, whoever designs them. Because those designs of those costumes are not good. I have seen Tinkerbell. I have seen Peter Pan. Peter Pan should definitely have a better outfit than... He literally looks like the Peter Pan in the 70s or 80s, whenever the hell they animated that goddamn film. And that's great and all, but it also doesn't read well up close and in person. Like, afar, yes, when they're on stage, or afar, yes, when they're on a float, that's fine. It doesn't matter. They're multiple feet away. But when you're doing a meet and greet, and you're meeting these Disney characters up close, there's nothing more eye-twitchingly annoying than coming up and seeing something like Peter Pan, like Cinderella, Mulan, Alice in Wonderland. And their outfits are very just bland. And unfortunately, a lack of texture and color in their costumes. Like, yes, it translates, but it doesn't really translate well in real life at all, honestly. And it's because, you know, mind you, they're using characters from movies all the way back then. So they're trying to exactly copy it to a T, but instead of texture, they just give us printed on material. But anywho, all that to say, so yes, the costumes are really bothering me. And I couldn't stop but think, why is it said so costumes are so lackluster? Why? Because they haven't been updated. And basically it's telling me that the most recent major update of Mickey and Minnie Mouse costumes at Walt Disney World occurred in May 13, 2018. It is 2025, dude. That's kind of insane. Magic Kingdom, the new costumes debuted in Magic Kingdom for parades, some promotional materials, and some meet and greets starting in Christmas 2016. Epcot, the new looks rolled out in Epcot in the 35th anniversary in 2017. Fantasmic, the new costumes were introduced in Fantasmic on March 14th, 2018. And then, of course, you know, the resort rollout, but I don't actually care about resort stuff, so. But yeah, that just kind of proves my point. The costumes are outdated, boo. That's not cute. I've heard multiple people complain about it. Not just, you know, obviously like me and my cosplayer friends complaining about it, but genuinely people that actually have to wear the costumes. Those things are so outdated. Here are multiple stories of Disney employees having to actually go through the struggles of wearing the costumes. For one person, they said, Pooh was difficult because his visibility was very limited and he's bulky. Not too hard for regular meet and greets, but the character dining was a whole thing. You're supposed to greet each table in particular order so that nobody gets missed. But that's very hard for Pooh because it's so easy to get turned around. So he'd put his paw on his mouth and tap his head. Think, think, think. I am the bear of a very little brain. And his attendant will come over and say, Pooh, are you lost? Here this way. And have to lead him. Because of how outdated his costumes are. The visibility is a struggle. The motions is a struggle. The actual, again, like I said, characters wearing the actual costumes go through a lot of struggle, trying their best to work with what they have. And I feel like Disney doesn't actually put any energy into making the costumes better, even wearability-wise. Because again, Monopoly, baby. You got the money. Why would you care to make anything better or change anything for the better? Here's another one. So, again, like I said, just costumes being out of date, I'm not surprised at this point. It says, Dumbo vomits in front of guests due to heat exhaustion. Do not update any of their costumes, even to the levels of the heat temperatures that go on within the parks. Again, they could add air conditioning in those things when they choose not to. I mean, not air conditioning, but, you know, some sort of circulation, some sort of fan in it. I've seen, listen here, if furries can put fans inside their fursuits, I bet Disney has the money to do the same. It says Walt Disney World can become hot, especially during the summertime. Unfortunately for cast members who are playing the role of characters, they cannot remove their heads in front of guests despite how hot it may become. According to one report, the book Inside the House details an unfortunate incident involving Dumbo and heat exhaustion. One cast member shared in the book that they were playing the role of Dumbo during a parade at the parks. Unfortunately, it was hot and they began to feel sick. The problem was they could not remove their head because if they did, Disney would fire them, per the report. If he pulled the head off to do so, he'd lose his job. This only left one option: vomit inside the head. The report continued, so he threw up right in the head. It was so bad, barf started pouring out of the little mesh-covered hole where Dumbo's mouth should be. The cast member, however, made it through the parade without beheading. He claims that even if the character throws up or passes out on a float, nobody ever pulls them off the ride. You just keep waving and hoping the kids that Dumbo's just leaking some magical flying juice. We hope the cast member received the care and attention they needed. That is crazy. And again, like I said, that they do not update their costumes. Again, that's kind of insane. Climate change is a thing and it keeps happening. It's still happening. And the fact that nothing is changing for these poor people. And like I said, even viewing the costumes from the outside, they don't look good enough to keep. But yeah, so that all this long tangent to lead on to my more important reason, which I think I've said earlier in this video, and that is Epic Universe. They just dropped everything out in the open. I believe yesterday, April 5th, is the day that they allowed all the influencers into the park, basically to take pictures and post and recommend people to go to Epic Universe. And they, my God, they did a good job. Sweet Lord Jesus. The amount of content that these influencers are pushing out is insane. I've never been more jealous of not living in Orlando in a long time. But man, oh man, when I tell you, I am jealous. I've gotten constant phone calls and messages from my friends that work at Epic, as well as my friends that have been invited to go to Epic, about their experience. And when I tell you, Epic is really bringing in the dollar, girl. She's doing her job. She's making Disney and reminding Disney that, yeah, babe, you're not a monopoly and we are taking your goodies. Honestly, I think that's one of the reasons why Disney even kept the villain park idea that they're pushing out now, is only because Epic Universe has been dropped. So now Disney is trying to keep some of its loyal followers, cult members, followers, to, you know, come consistently to the parks because of such things as the villain world they're trying to build. I'm gonna show you a couple of videos because I have to share this with somebody. Somebody has to see this. I can't just be watching this all by myself and experience. That's all this really is me just experiencing jealousy of not living in Orlando and going to Epic Universe right now. You know, again, like I said, if someone's gotta go through it, it's not just gonna be me by myself.
We're here in Orlando, Florida at Epic Universe. Epic Universe is the new Universal Studios theme park. So why is Epic Universe important? Epic Universe is the first major theme park to open in the United States of America since 2001. That's when Disney California Adventure opened down in Anaheim. Epic Universe is pitched as the next generation of theme parks. Everything you see in this park is supposed to be where parks are heading and what we should expect of the modern theme park in America.
I don't want to scare anyone, but I'm confident to believe that this guy over here with the beard is not aware of anybody. Yes?
Oh no!
You've never seen another full moon or anything?
We came out for him.
Really? Okay. Well, I'm not going to threaten you, sir, but I will cut off your head if you walk down in here, okay?
So Epic Universe is based around 4 key lands. One theme to Harry Potter, where I'm at now. Another theme to How to Train Your Dragon. Another theme to Super Nintendo Land, which is very similar to the one in Los Angeles, although it's more than double the size and has a Donkey Kong attraction. And the final land is themed to Universal Monsters.
Universal Monsters!
Dark Universe. This is the land themed to the Universal Monsters. There is no other theme park land that is anything like this. You walk in the land and you are immediately greeted with gravestones and a crypt and then a coffin. And then you turn the corner and there's this sort of dooming Dr. Frankenstein castle. The main ride of the land is Monsters Unchained. This is a pretty terrific attraction. I would say it's
I know they're gonna lose their mind during Halloween with this.
Story, you're following Dr. Victoria Frankenstein, who I believe is the great-granddaughter of Dr. Frankenstein. And she's trying to get control of Dracula. This kicks off a war among all the monsters. Basically, think of it as a universal...
Oh my god, that's an animatronic. I thought that was a person.
If you've been on Harry Potter Forbidden Journey at Universal Studios Hollywood or here in Florida, it's sort of a similar ride vehicle. You never know which direction you're heading. Characters pop out at you. I will say the
Holy cow.
animatronics are incredible. They are massive. That was one of the highlights for me. Another highlight for me was the Harry Potter land. Walking into a land themed to Paris was just gorgeous. You really do feel like you are in another place, in another country, in another setting. The main attraction there, the Ministry Battle attraction, that's going to be the standout attraction of this park, I believe. Anybody who grew up with the Potter franchise is going to love that ride. It's going to probably have that be their favorite ride. It's basically set up around a story of going to watch a trial. And you get into these ride vehicles that are essentially, you feel like you're actually sitting in a court seat, and then you're suddenly jolted to the right, and again, you never know which direction you're heading. Some of the animatronics in that attraction are the most lifelike animatronics I've ever seen.
Oh my god. Oh, look at the shoe!
The How to Train Your Dragon
Oh,
show,
yeah.
I thought was really well done. That show is about trying to train an untrainable dragon. But again, it's really impressive. You see dragons flying above you. It's a mix of animatronics,
No
a mix
way.
of puppets. The Nintendo Land, the centerpiece there for me is the Donkey Kong ride. I think that ride's a lot of fun. It's a little on the short side, but it's a coaster where you never really know where the track is heading.
Oh
because it's based on
my
the track.
god.
All in all, I would say Epic Universe is kind of the definitive IP park, basing every attraction, every land, everything you see in the park on known IP. The sort of direction theme parks are heading.
Wow.
And Universal does that really well here. That being said, I did wonder if there was, the kind of the emotional connection you get from original theme park rides. I did go on one of the coasters here, Stardust Racers, which is an original attraction without any sort of backstory tied to a known franchise. That coaster is pretty great. There's 2 launches in that attraction that really shock you. You don't feel them coming at all. So all in all, I had a great time here at Epic Universe. I'm looking forward to see how it develops. I think fans are really going to love it. We're going to have a lot more from Epic Universe in the coming days, so stay tuned to the LA Times.
Jeez, man. Wow. That is crazy. Hold on. Oh my god, look how cute it is. There's nothing attached to that. And the eyes, wow. And the ears move. Oh my god, look at the skin on that thing. Wow. That's insane. Ew, no. Isles of Burke?
I'm Tough Nut Laverne Thorsten, sir. You're the king of fire! But as being the king of fire, you guys know how to fight fires here in Burke. With fire? No! Yeah, what was I thinking? Either fight fire with fire or, stop, drop, and roll. Guys can sneak, surprise, and spread. Oh. Or for short. Oh, I like that.
Oh my god. Not Tough Nut and Rough Nut? Look at the textures. Wait, I am pausing this video. Wait, can I get it better? Yeah, there we go. Look at the texture within his clothes. Look at the texture within his belt, his hat. This looks good. Even the texture within his shirt. The dreads are crazy. Holy cow. I want to look at Tough Nut now. And look how big their shoes are. That's what I'm talking about. Recreating the look of a character. Really recreating the look of a character and breaking it down piece by piece, but also translating in a way where it looks good in person. Again, no offense to Peter Pan. I'm just going to keep using him because that's what I remember the most was Peter Pan's. It just has these really ugly tights in the shoes and there's no texture to it. But here I am looking at Tough Nut and you can see the texture within her shoes, the texture within their clothing. It doesn't look exactly perfectly screened perfectly, like they took the fabric and printed it onto, or took the image, printed it onto fabric and then put it on their body. No, this has texture. They look exactly like the characters, but at the same time, there's texture to bring realness to our world, which is one of the problems I have with Disney costumes, is that there never feels like there's texture, except for Disney princesses. I will admit, Disney princesses actually do have pretty decent texture, so please don't come for my throat. Disney people, I know. But everybody else outside of Disney princesses, the texture's lost. You've got me there. Oh my god, this looks amazing.
I thought the 3 rules were fine. Yeah, and they are? No, you first. I said you got it. Steve. Yes, come on. See, you're number 2. Aha. Surprise. Yes, okay. And number 3, spray. Yes. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god, they're so good. Wow, look at his shoes. Oh my god. Okay, there has to be some still images of these guys. Backing out. Wow, I'm getting goosebumps. Oh my god, look how beautiful! Oh my god, look at his costume! Look at the outfit, look at the fur! I know he was probably hot as hell in that goddamn thing, but look at the mustache, the ears! They even got him wearing ears that look just as big as him. Look at his arm! Oh my god. Wow, and mind you, I know this video is not doing it justice. I bet it's even more beautiful in person. Wow. Oh, I'm so jelly. I'm so jelly. I'm so jelly. I'm so... Okay. So now I'm getting a little bit more chance to look at some of these videos. And when I tell you this is insane, hold on.
Hi. I've never been to Burke, so I was
like look at this woman's outfit. Holy cow. This is what I'm talking about. The translation, like how cosplays do when we translate or recreate a character or we recreate the world, where you want to lean as much on realism as you can, but at the exact same time, you want to, again, bring out the textures within the world itself and characters. Look at Astrid's skirt, these spikes, the belt, her, I don't know what those are called, armrests, her chest plate. Holy cow, even their shoulder pads, the texture within it,
Thank you so much.
her headpiece, and you can see it's big enough, but at the exact same time, her proportions still match within the outfit and the costume itself. And then, of course, her goddamn dragon stormfly. Look how beautiful the texture is within this goddamn... I'm assuming this is a costume. Obviously, this is a costume. There's no way this is an animatronic. It's way too big, but... Well, I say that like we don't see a bunch of any other animatronics, but...
I've never met a dragon.
Oh my god, like from its teeth. It looks like... They literally look like they're in the world of Burke. The texture on the dragon's face, the texture on the paint job alone. Like, holy cow. They really put their back into this. The colors.
What do you think, girl? She'll come to you.
Oh.
The dragon even makes noises. That is insane. Look at the texture on the dragon's eye, bro.
This is crazy.
Are you serious right now?
This is amazing.
She's pretty great, but I am a little biased.
Yeah. This is yours, I presume?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we are the fastest dragon duo in all of Burke.
Well, you guys make a great duo, and I'm so happy I got to meet you guys today. Thank you so much.
Oh
Have a
my
great day.
god.
Bye.
Even again, I can't get over the shoes. Look at the shoes. It just translates again so well. Yes, they're a bit bulky. Yes, of course. But, and mind you, I bet they're fighting demons to be able to walk in them. But that's not the point. The point is that the translation from the animated series, the animated show, the animated movie, because there was a show at one point, but we'll talk about the movie. The animated movie, you can tell whoever the costumers are at Epic Universe, they're cosplayers. Even if they're not literally cosplayers, they're secret cosplayers. Because the amount of detail that has gone into these costumes at Epic Universe is kind of insane. They've really put their back into this. Oh my god, here we go. Rough Nut and Tough Nut.
She's an icon.
Not them actually having walk sequences. Oh my god.
Come on now.
Oh, they're perfect. Look at the hair. Oh my god, look at the texture. Look at the texture within their jackets. And also, I love the cast that they picked for Rough Nut and Tough Nut. Like, they even walk in sync. Such twins, you can really tell. Look at the helmets. Oh, I want to know what they're made out of. I want to know the materials. I'm so jelly right now. I want to know what textures are... The textures, even like the stitch work within their jackets is insane and amazing. Oh my gosh. They like perfectly blend within their world. Whoever... Good job. Good job. Again, whoever did the costumes here, they know what they're doing. Oh my god, I have to see pictures of the video of Toothless. Oh my god! That is so cool. Oh my god! He even makes noise. I'm gonna cry, you guys. Oh my god. Yo! Pause. No, go back. This is a really messed up, skewed part of the video, but the amount of detail and airbrushing that was just put on Toothless's tongue alone is kind of insane. They, again, whoever designed the animatronics, the costumes, these people really care about. You can know, again, not to go into my other tangent, but you can tell when someone has left and allowed creative people to be creative in creative spaces. You can definitely tell whoever Universal hired that they genuinely chose people that not only are very loving to their craft, but genuinely care about their craft. They didn't have to ask anything. And you can tell just from Toothless alone, from his children, from him, the design, the texture within their skin. And I'm not saying, mind you, that Disney does not do these things. I'm just saying that Disney, as a monopoly that it has become over time, has stopped caring to add such details and textures over time as well. And in a way that is representing their characters in the modern day in 2025. They did those things back in 2016 and 2018 when they first dropped those costumes, but we're in the future now. We're in 2025. I'd like to see updates to the park as well, and update to the costumes as well, in a way that Epic Universe has now done for their beloved characters, such as How to Train Your Dragon, such as Super Mario World, which we haven't even gone to, such as even the Monster World that I just recently saw 5 seconds ago. You know, they really are putting their back into really properly representing their characters, their world, again, and letting creative people be creative. You can tell, even outside of Toothless's animatronics, looking at what's behind him, the set building that has gone on behind him even properly represents the animated world of How to Train Your Dragon in a way that translates into the real world. Like, you can tell whoever the set deck or set dress department was, whoever built the construction of this park, really genuinely cared, from the background, the walls, and the textures on the walls to the rocks to the floor. That is insane. That is genuinely insane. And again, the craftsmanship is really just well done. Just well done, Epic Universe, for your craftsmanship. All right, let's go over to Super Nintendo World, because
Here we go.
oh my god. And I love, and also whoever, like, obviously this is like Universal higher ups, whoever decided, let's make tunnels and make them into like portals. I love that. That is such a fun, like futuristic idea. And obviously it's not nothing new, but the fact that they translate it into such a way that gives very much a steampunkish and energy and vibe into the world of Epic Universe is really nice. I like the thought of everything being connected, these worlds being connected through these portals. So I am a fan of that idea, and I love it. Oh my god. Look at the tube! What is it? Not tube, what is it? The pipe? I don't want to say the sewer pipe, but oh my god. Oh my god. Even the bricks, the columns. Oh my god! It literally looks like you're walking into Super Mario World. Holy god. Yo, they got the spinning coins in the background. What the frick? I'm so jealous. I feel like that's all you're gonna hear me this entire video is just me going, I'm so jealous. I'm just so jealous. That is insane. I expected a lot of things for Super Mario World. I mean, Super Nintendo World. Don't get me wrong. They even got Bowser's castle in the back. But the fact that they have the coins just sitting and spinning, that is insane. Holy cow. Nintendo said, yes. Yes, hon, we are recreating your world for you.
The sky looks fake.
This sky does look fake. That's just Florida. The beauty of Florida. That's why theme parks are built in Florida, just because of the weather is always so nice. Oh my god, even the wood, even though translation of the wood is giving like Super Mario, like in the game, like when they went to Super Mario Resort, I think. Oh my god, the factory. I'm so jealous. The mushrooms, the land, the grass. It's kind of fire. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at the texture in the castle. Ugh, again, like I said, I'm just gonna keep repeating the same thing over and over again, but they really put their backs into making this world, translating this world in a way that makes so much sense. No way. Can she really hit it? Oh, I thought I was gonna blink. I was gonna save it if that was. Listen here, that would have taken me back if she could have just punched it and made a noise or something. Okay, so literally as I'm saying that, and then, and then they go to the girl that's punching an actual. Oh my god. That is so cute. I just realized she has a Yoshi on her head. I did not notice that till just now. Oh my god. The ground is crazy. Oh my god, they even have like little Koopas. Okay, they're going to the Donkey Kong. They did say that. Donkey Kong Country. Wow. Wow. That is so cool.
But look at it. I think so. That's kind of fire.
Texture. There's so much texture. Listen here, I'm a Creative Liberties texture bitch. And when I tell you the texture, even the texture that they painted into the wood is kind of insane. Like, come on, man. That's insane. Oh my god. I like how someone commented, it's kind of fire. Just like how he said, it's kind of fire. Who on the design team looked at the gold saucer from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and was like, you know what? Let's take some of this. I agree. I agree with that. I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, let's just say that the influencers are definitely going ham. Oh wait, no, I'm lying. They have a video of Gobber. Hold on. Come on, click on it. God damn it. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. The textures. Look at Gobber. Look at his ears. They have prosthetic ears, obviously a prosthetic beard and eyebrows. The fact that he has one arm is pretty amazing. And then it looks like they have like a bodysuit that the cast members in to make him look bigger. Again, his shape matches the show so well. He literally looks like he's from the movie.
Dreadful beast with no scales. Instead, it covers itself in the folds of a dragon.
Okay, oh my god. And even like what's behind him, like his little workshop wherever he is, it looks like what is it called? He's like a blacksmith, so obviously like I don't know where blacksmiths are, but you know, his like I said, his workshop, the textures, the dragon teeth behind him, the fact that he's holding a dragon tooth is kind of crazy. The wood, the brick, everything screams, again, such well translation. His fur coat, like his oh my god, like the thread, the fabric wrapped around his hands, like oh my god. My friends have said it many a times, and I've heard them say it. I feel like many people have said it, and I'm going to say it if I haven't said it already. If Disney does not get their shit together, they are cooked. They are cooked. I'm sorry. Please, Disney cult people, do not harm me. I'm just stating the obvious, man. This is impressive, and this is kind of scary and insane how well of a job they've done. And again, like I said, I think if you are a genuine Disney connoisseur and lover like I am, because I genuinely do love Disney, as you can tell again from me going to the 100th anniversary, I feel like there is a large fandom within Disney that is, it sucks to say this like this, but I feel like it's now being exploited because of the fact that the mouse does not put their back into actually producing and creating new content or producing anything new. I mean, shoot, the last couple of Disney movies that have come out have been mad lackluster, you know? I want to say, you know, even during their 100th anniversary when they were supposed to do Make-A-Wish, and I'm still mad about that. I could go on a whole rant video about how much, and I might do that later, that they did not give us a mute Starboy. And also on a side tangent slash note, Disney, for the love of God, if you could just suck up your pride and make the movie like it was actually intended and written to be, me and multiple other people will comfortably and gladly give a fat stack and or dollar for that. Please. For Make-A-Wish, they could have really put their back in it. Oh, also they could have given us a villain couple, and it really hurts my heart that they didn't, and I feel like Disney dropped a mad bag with that. And they just keep dropping bag after bag after bag after bag after bag on dumb things like live action remakes. If you want to make a live action, that's perfectly fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But why do they have to be a remake? Why don't you guys just make something new? Create something different. If you want to build off the world, that's fine, but why do you I'm so tired of live actions. But yeah, just to leave on a note, you know, I'm excited for Epic Universal. Y'all did your thing, you know? You really put your back into this. Epic Universe looks flawless, beautiful. I'm obsessed now and I desperately want to go. And do I now plan on sitting down and watching How to Train Your Dragon, all movies? Yes, I do. I still have other things I have to do complete though, so I don't know if I'll be able to do that right now. But that's my thought and plan and what? Now, on the other hand, what I want you to leave from this video is that monopolies are bad and that you should really force these companies and corporations to do better and to stop picking lazy options, and also to let young people and people with new ideas come in and create new things so that we have more fun, amazing things to enjoy and consume instead of the same old, same old. So that's how I'm leaving this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And this was your cosplayer's commentary. Well, yes, like I said, hopefully in the future, I do plan to maybe commentate in some cosplays. But yes, if you like this video, don't forget to like this video or subscribe. I really would appreciate it. And if you do not agree with anything I said or you do not like anything I said, please don't be afraid to leave it down in the comment section below. I do not mind reading it. Just be civil, you know, don't come after my throat for no reason at all, or I'm not going to read it. Why would I do that? But thank you so much for watching this video, and you have yourself an amazing Epic Universe day.